Hello, friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, I'll show you how to make delicious cream puffs with simple ingredients and no fancy tools at all. I know they can look like something only a bakery could manage, but I promise you, they're far easier than they seem, and I'll walk you through every little step. So get comfortable and let's make something wonderful together. We'll begin with our choux pastry. That's the light, airy dough that makes the puff. Start by stirring water and a little salt together in a pot. That's always the very first step, and it couldn't be simpler. Now add the butter. Chopping it into small pieces first helps it melt faster and more evenly into the water, so it's worth the extra moment. And here's an important tip right from the start. Choux pastry is best made over medium heat. If your heat is too high, you risk burning the dough. Too low, and you can end up with lumps. Medium is the happy middle that gives you that lovely, smooth, even texture we're after. Let the butter melt completely. It should take about a minute. Then give it a good stir to make sure it's evenly mixed through the water. Now watch closely. The moment you see the mixture just beginning to boil, that's your cue. Add your flour all at once straight into the pot. Don't wait too long here. You want to catch it right at that point. Start mixing right away. I like to use a wooden spoon for this part because it gives you better leverage and control when you're working a thick dough like this. Keep stirring until the dough comes together into something smooth and thick, usually in about 1 to 2 minutes. Then, and this is a step people often skip, keep it moving on the heat for another 3 to 5 minutes to dry it out a little. This lets the excess moisture evaporate, which makes the dough denser and helps it hold its shape beautifully as it bakes. It's a small thing that makes a big difference. Now move the dough into a fresh bowl to let it cool down a bit. I like to spread it around the sides of the bowl, which helps it cool faster. Usually about 5 minutes does the trick. We need it cooler before the eggs go in, and I'll tell you why in a moment. While the dough takes its little rest, I'd love it if you'd write in the comments which country you're watching from. It always warms my heart to see just how far this little kitchen reaches. It never stops amazing me. Now it's time for the eggs, and here's where a little patience really pays off. Add them to the choux pastry one at a time, never all at once. Mix the dough thoroughly after each egg, making sure it's completely absorbed before the next one goes in. This is the secret to that perfect, smooth, elastic texture. And this is also why we cooled the dough first. If it were too hot, the eggs could start to cook right in the bowl, and we don't want that. Now, if you add all your eggs at once, the dough can turn too runny and won't hold its shape when baked. So take it slow and steady. It's worth it. For that last egg, go especially gently. Beat it in a separate little bowl first, then mix it into your dough just a bit at a time. This lets you control the consistency exactly, which matters because eggs vary in size, and sometimes a full 3 eggs is simply too much for the dough. It's looking nearly there now, so the rest of that egg should bring it together just right. For perfect choux pastry, you're aiming for a texture that's smooth, glossy, and just a little elastic. It should fall from the spoon in a soft ribbon. There, that's exactly right. Now let's transfer the dough into a pastry bag. And if you don't have one, please don't worry. A simple plastic bag works just as well. This is one of the things I love most about this recipe. There's no need for any special nozzles or fancy tools. Just snip off one corner of the bag and you're all set to go. Now pipe the dough out into small rounds, roughly the size of a ping pong ball. Be sure to space them out well on your baking tray because they'll expand quite a bit as they bake, and you don't want them merging into one another. Once they're piped, dampen a fingertip with a little water and gently press down any little peaks on top for a smoother, rounder shape. This small touch helps them bake up nice and even. If you're enjoying this so far, please give the video a like and tap subscribe. It truly helps this little channel grow, and honestly, it means the world to me to have you here baking along. Lovely work. Let's get those into the oven. And while they bake, we won't waste a moment. We'll make our custard cream to fill them. Start by combining 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and a pinch of salt in a bowl. Now, custard has a reputation for being tricky, but it's really much easier than it seems. It just takes a few simple little tricks, and I'll walk you through each one so you can't go wrong. Now for the eggs. We'll need 3 yolks. Room temperature is ideal here, as they blend more smoothly with everything else and give you a silkier custard in the end. If yours are cold from the fridge, just pop them into a bowl of warm water for a few minutes to take the chill off. An easy little fix. Next, we'll heat the milk. But first, here's a wonderful trick. Sprinkle a little sugar across the bottom of your pan before the milk goes in. As the sugar melts, it creates a thin, protective layer that keeps the milk from scorching on the bottom. It's especially useful for getting that perfectly smooth texture in custards and sauces. I like to cook custard on low heat, so it thickens gently and evenly rather than all in a rush. Warm the milk until you just see small bubbles forming around the edges of the pan, but don't let it come to a full, rolling boil. Now, this next step is the important one, so stay with me. To keep everything smooth, slowly add your dry ingredients to the milk while whisking quickly the whole time. If you dump it all in at once or add it too slowly, you'll end up with lumps. So, a steady stream and a fast whisk is the way. Keep cooking and stirring without stopping until the mixture begins to thicken, about 1 to 2 minutes. Now, we'll temper the eggs. This just means warming them up gently so they don't scramble. Slowly pour about half a cup of the warm milk mixture into your yolks, letting it flow in a thin, steady stream while you stir. This warms the eggs little by little. Adding too much hot mixture all at once would make them curdle, and we've come too far for that. Now, gently pour the egg mixture back into the pot, again a little at a time, stirring constantly as you go. This keeps the texture beautifully smooth, with no lumps forming. Keep stirring until the cream thickens up nicely. We'll let the custard cook gently on low heat for about 5 to 7 minutes. What we're looking for is a silky, smooth, completely lump-free custard, just perfectly creamy. And here's a lovely way to check it. Dip a wooden spoon into the custard, then draw your finger across the back of it. If the line holds and the custard doesn't run back together, it's ready. That's the test I always trust. Once you take the pan off the heat, feel free to stir in a little vanilla extract to enhance the flavor. It adds such a warm, lovely note. Now pour the custard into a fresh container, ideally a chilled one, which helps it cool quickly and keep that smooth, creamy texture. And here's a tip I always use. Pour it through a sieve as you go. It catches any little lumps and leaves your custard perfectly silky and uniform. Cover it with plastic wrap, pressing the wrap directly onto the surface of the custard so a skin doesn't form on top. Then place it in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes to set and chill. Now, I like to fold my custard together with a little whipped cream for extra richness and a lighter texture. But if you don't have cream or a mixer on hand, please don't worry. The custard, all on its own, is absolutely delicious. If you are using cream, whip it until it reaches stiff peaks. Just take care not to overdo it, or it'll turn to butter on you. Now take your chilled custard from the fridge. It should be lovely and thick and nicely set by now. Gently fold it into the whipped cream until everything is smooth and well combined. Fold gently so you keep all that lovely lightness. While we're here, tell me in the comments, do you prefer your cream puffs filled with custard, with whipped cream, or both together? I'm always so curious to hear how you like yours. Now transfer your finished cream into a pastry bag, and we're just about ready to bring those puffs out of the oven. I'll pop the exact temperature and baking time down below the video for you. But one important thing to remember, don't open the oven door for the first 20 minutes, or the puffs may collapse on you. Let them be. Patience really is the secret here. Your finished cream puff should be golden and crisp on the outside with a lovely hollow center inside. They should hold their shape well, not sink down or feel too soft. When you cut one open, you'll see that light, airy inside with a beautifully crisp outer shell. That's exactly what we want. Now for the best part. Simply fill each puff with that gorgeous custard cream. You can pipe it into a little hole in the bottom or slice them and fill them open-faced, whichever you prefer. And there you have it, friends. Easy, beautiful cream puffs made with simple ingredients and no fancy tools at all. Just look at them. Thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me. It's always such a joy to bake with you. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe so you never miss a recipe. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you again next time.